Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to Hi Torque. Hi Moody. Welcome back to Hi Cypress. Hi. Yeah. I'll get to this part of the story, but hang on. I'll give me a sec. I'll get some water. Okay. Back to kind of okay. Hello. I'm not sick yet, for the record. I haven't gotten hit with con sickness just yet. But my voice is completely fucked. Someone even commented on it yesterday. They were like, wow, you sound fucked. And it's because I spent like an hour on Friday night and 3 straight hours Saturday night screaming non-stop, basically. And this is the consequence of that. Anyway, hello everyone. It's me, Zett. I'm back from Otakon, and I had a very good time. I'm fatigued. My literally 90%. These are the wages of Otakon. In addition to Stella told me not to do this. I was talking to them. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. And they were like, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You're not going to gain anything by doing that. But I did a small tally of like everything I spent at Otakon. Let me put this all together right now. I'm gonna put this together. I kind of estimated it in my head, but I never put together the total, right? I'm gonna put the total together right now for everything I spent at Otakon. Plus that much, plus that much, plus that much, plus that much. Oh, that's so much worse than I thought. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's so much worse. That's so much worse than I thought. Oh, no. That's so much worse. That's so much worse than I thought it was. Oh, no. That's so much worse. That's so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna cry. I'm actually literally going to cry. What the oh god. I spent so much fucking money. I spent so much fucking money over the weekend. Oh, help. No. Oh, I will never I'm never gonna own a house. I'll never own a home in my entire life. It's over. It's so fucking over. I thought it was gonna be like 1,000, not 1,200. There's tears in my eyes. To be fair, not all of this was actually spent over the weekend, right? A good chunk of this was not spent until rather recently, actually. Like, I want to say probably $500 or so of this was spent months ago for me to buy, like, plane ticket, the Otakon ticket, you know, the hotel and everything. The hotel was actually super recent, but like $500 of this. All in all, over the weekend, I did not spend $1,200. I spent closer to like probably 700 or so. 700 is probably a good estimate. And I think some of this might have been paid back to me, actually. I think a certain someone might have fucking spited me and sent me a PayPal for a gift I got them. But yeah, hi, it's me, Zett. I was at Otakon over the weekend, and this is how much money I spent in American dollars. Yippee! Shall we break down each of these costs? Shall we? So these first two numbers, the 200, hang on, I have a cursor, actually. These first two numbers, this 200 and this 191, that is merchandise. That was exclusively merchandise that I bought. The 200 was spent directly in Artist Alley and the dealer hall at Otakon, and this 191 was spent at Idle Harmony, which was the concert I was actually specifically in DC for. Otakon was kind of just like a side thing. Like, oh yeah, I may as well also go to Otakon. That'll be fun. Yippee! The 105 was for my actual ticket for Idle Harmony. So, actually I can probably knock that off the total cost as well. So, but yeah, that was for my Idle Harmony ticket because I bought a VIP ticket. This $100 was for Otakon itself. This $300 was for travel and hotel. This $85, these last couple numbers are all really rough estimates, but this includes just what I spent on food, what I spent on like having to buy random supplies like sunblock and shit, Ubering around, and just like general bullshit I spent as like miscellaneous expenses is these last couple numbers. These numbers here are the big ones. Artist Alley saved you a lot of money by being too big for you to decide what to buy. Oh, you were at Otakon too, yeah. Artist Alley, I did not I did like spend, my plan was to not spend any money at the alley or dealer hall until until Sunday, so I could get good deals on everything. But on Saturday okay, hang on, no, let me roll this back, right? We're here to talk about Otakon, so I am going to roll this back, and we are going to do this in chronological order, right? I am going to talk about what happened starting from the very beginning, so I do not get lost and trip over what I'm saying. Literally, but oh, that was you. I remember hearing someone say, like, is this where Stella Foss is? And like, I was like, damn, wow, Stella's got a lot of fans. That's crazy. That's funny as hell. Well, hi, you should have said hi, damn. If you had said hi, I would have given you a print. But yeah, I was at Otakon. I did get to see Stella perform, I got to see Mayoshi perform, and I got to see a bunch of random other idols too. But, right, okay, chronological order, right? Oh, but also, yes, a lot of people did see me over the weekend, which is not something I'm used to. I'm used to, like, the people who see me are, like, my mahjong buddies and stuff, and, like, my IRLs don't know that I do this. I don't go to mahjong and play with my pals there, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I cosplay. I'm on Twitch as a VTuber. Here's my channel. And it's like, I don't do that. They don't know that I'm here. They think I just work. they think I'm just boring, okay? And I am kind of, but they don't know about this. But yeah, so okay. There was one photo that got taken of me over the weekend that I saw somebody posted it. I didn't realize it was a photo meant to be posted. I should have, but it got posted, and I'm in it, and it's fucking mortifying because I look so awkward in it. I've been thinking about killing myself because of it. Me when a slightly unflattering photo is taken of me, well, time to jump off a bridge. This is what happens when you like don't go to events or anything for like 5+ years. The moment you do, it's like everything just catches up to you all at once, and it's like, oh, this is rough. Let me sip some water. But yes, okay, let's start at the very beginning. So, for those who do not know, when the grass touches back, the grass did more than touch back graphics, fucking slash the fuck out of me. But yeah, so the whole reason I was at Otakon was for a concert by Oshi Spark called Idle Harmony. I found out, I didn't find out, I'll say I knew I was gonna go to it since about February or March, when the person I was going there to see, Kekihime, posted this vague tweet that was saying like, hey, guys, you should all be in DC on the weekend of the 9th. In August. I can't tell you why, but you should. And I was like, Googling what is the week of the 9th in August in DC. It's like Otakon, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna be at Otakon, that's cool. So it was like, oh, I contacted Stella, like, hey, are you gonna be at Otakon? Can I bum in on your hotel room, please? If you are. And so that's how I got there, very lucky. I actually ended, even despite that, I did have to pay for a separate hotel as well, because it turned out me and Stella were both mistaken. We both thought we'd have the hotel from Thursday until Sunday, but it turned out we only had it from Friday until Sunday. So like super last, literally with like a week left until the con, and Stella was like away at this point, so we couldn't really communicate on it. So I was like, okay, I'll take care of it. And I like super stressed, spent like 2 hours going through studying DC's fucking like public transit systems, trying to find a hotel that was like within reasonable distance to the con center and our other hotel, which I did. I found it in about an hour, and then, you know, paid for it. And I was like, okay, awesome, crisis averted. It wasn't even that expensive either. It was like, I want to say it was $85 total, because I even had some coupons, because I use Expedia, and like when you use Expedia, they give you like these money back things in the form of some program they have, so you keep using them, which works, you know. I would have paid like $100 for the hotel, but I only paid about 85, so pretty sick. But yeah, so that all happened the week before, and then fast forward to the day of, like the Thursday of, my flight is at 7 a.m. So I wake up at 1 a.m. and I wake up at 1 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make myself a huge breakfast. I'm gonna make myself a really big breakfast. I'm gonna have coffee, rice, and literally all of the rotisserie chicken left in my fridge, because it will have gone bad if I come home to it, which, turns out a lot of other stuff happened to go bad because my fridge has this issue. I posted about this on Twitter, but my fridge has this issue where it like randomly pops open depending on like how much stuff is in it, or like how it's composed on the inside. And when I was leaving, I was like thinking, oh, I will tape my door shut so this does not happen. Forgot to do that when I left, and as soon as I got on the plane, I was like, shit. Well, hopefully my fridge door just stays closed anyways. It doesn't always pop open. I came home to find the fridge door open and literally everything inside room temperature. I have spent probably an hour today throwing away literally everything in my fridge, but like the super salty stuff, you know? Like, literally the only stuff I have not thrown away is stuff that I can reasonably be like, okay, this is like 70% salt. This will not have gone bad. This is probably fine. But yeah, literally everything in my fridge went bad. All I have left in there right now is like oyster sauce, which I have oyster and hoisin sauce in there. I might have to throw those away anyway. I'm gonna like make some rice later and test them. But I have those. I have 2 of my hot sauces. I might throw away one of them, honestly, because it's really cheap and I just don't want to risk it. I had to throw away, I had just bought a giant thing of fucking Costco eggs. Like, you know, the pack of like 24 eggs from Costco. I just bought one of those right before I left on my trip, and I had to throw all of them away. Because it's like, eggs, like, I even like cracked one open and sniffed it just to see like, does this smell weird? And it smelled like nothing, because eggs smell like nothing. And I was like, I can't risk this. I can't. The like $8 to buy new eggs will pale in comparison to the fucking $300 I'll have to spend to get my stomach pumped if this makes me sick, so I just threw it away. But yeah, the only things I kept were like the super salty sauces, this really huge thing of cheese, which I did taste, and did taste fine, because it was like a really old aged cheese. That one's on me. I was only gonna be gone for like 5 days is the thing. I didn't think it would be that big a deal. And these eggs last forever. Not forever, but eggs last like 3 or 4 weeks, okay? I was like, oh, let me get ahead of it. Stupid, obviously, but whatever. But then all I have otherwise is like the tahini I bought, which frankly doesn't taste right. The tahini I bought kind of tastes a little off. Like, it's got this weird sour note to it, but I don't want to throw it away, so I'm not going to. Also, it's like, it's tahini. It's just oil, you know? I feel like tahini doesn't even necessarily need to be refrigerated. But yeah, basically just salty salt, just salt. My fridge is just full of fucking salt right now, basically. I had to throw away everything else. Luckily, most of my shopping is done. I think the worst thing I had to throw away was this giant thing of garlic I'd bought in from Costco. Like, that hurt to throw away, but that was one of the things where, that was like one of the only things where like I knew for 100% that had gone bad. Because I opened it and sniffed it, and it like, I had to like pull my head back, like, oh fuck, oh shit. It's like, just like, oh, that smells bad. Oh no. But yes, now I have to go do shopping, which I'm not gonna do today because my entire body fucking hurts, but I think after stream I will run to Walmart and like buy a can of fucking sardines or Kipper snacks and just have that for dinner. I had Culver's today, which I shouldn't have, because that was just another $20 that I had to spend. Take that number I just had. Where is it? Throw another $20 onto this. You know, 122. Perfect. 1228. Perfect little even number. Fucking, I'm fucked. But yeah, that was the big disaster that happened today. Also, when I came home, I found a dead rat in one of my glue traps, which I didn't think there were still rats in my apartment, but I guess apparently they were, and it actually got trapped in like the oldest glue trap in my apartment, which was crazy, because I didn't even think those things still had adhesive on it. I figured they'd dried up, but nope, it got caught in it. So, yes, I gotta talk to my landlord. I think I'm just gonna move. I think I'm just gonna move next. Next year is gonna be the moving arc. I also want to get a better job so I can afford to go to more cons and not suffer horrifically after a trip like this, you know? But yeah. Anyway, back to it. After I left on Thursday morning, went to the airport, and I took Ubers for all my airport trips, which I didn't realize, like, the Uber to get to the airport, then to get to the hotel was like $20 each, which I was like, okay, that's reasonable. But then when I had to Uber to get home, it was like $40 fucking dollars, because it was like 1 a.m. and I was like, fuck. And I even tried, like, I was even like, okay, fuck Uber, let me try calling one of the local cab companies near me, right? Let me patronize local businesses. Because people always say, oh, you should try to use local cabs instead of Uber, because Uber's like this giant mega corporation, and that's not really good. So I'm like, okay, I'll call a local cab company. First of all, the guy I was talking to on the phone did not seem to understand when I was telling him my address, where the fuck I wanted to go. Like, I kept telling him, like, this is my address, and he was like, oh, you want to go here? And I'm like, no, I don't. My address is here. And he's like, oh, no, so you want to go here? Like, you don't want to go there, you want to go here, right? And I'm like, no, I'm telling you my address, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, it's, whatever, yeah, okay. You want to go here, right? And it's finally like, yeah, I want to go there. And he quotes me. Like I said, the Uber to get home would have been $40. And he was like, oh yeah, we can get you here. It'll be $80. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Hangs up, like, like if it was like $10 more, I feel like I wouldn't have been like gobsmacked, you know? I would have been like, okay, I get that. They pay for like a bunch of safety features and stuff. But no, double. Like, I'm sorry to my local cab companies. I'm sorry to my local small businesses, but I'm just gonna keep using Uber. Like, that's crazy. Who the fuck uses that stuff? Who the hell does that? Who uses that stuff even? What the fuck? Like, holy shit. But yeah. So that was rough getting home. But anyway, Uber to the airport at least was very painless, you know? I got there, it was raining a little bit, but it was fine. Actually, both times, every single time I had to go to the airport, it was super painless. Like, I was shocked how painless it was getting there. And for whatever reason, the line was actually shorter in DC when I was coming home, which didn't make sense to me. But yeah, so I got on my flight, arrived, shuffled off to my hotel, and when I got there, you know, like I said, the hotel was about $85 for, like, the one night I was staying. And I asked, like, you know, I had gotten there at, like, 11 a.m. And I asked, like, hey, what would it be if I wanted to like check in early? You know, could I check in early or check my bag? And they're like, oh, you can check your bag for free, but if you want to check in early, it's going to be $40, which I imagine if I was staying multiple nights wouldn't have been a big deal, but because it was one night and it was $80, that was half my fucking stay, and I was like, you know, I'll leave my bag with you and I'll be back later. And then I DM Stella like, hey, so, you know, you can check your bags, but we can't get into the hotel till 3, haha. Hey, so I'm just gonna fuck around, I guess. And then they message me back like, oh, you could go to the Smithsonian if you want. And I'm like, fuck, I could go to the Smithsonian. So right after that, I didn't go to the Smithsonian right away. I actually went to Potbelly's, which is a sandwich chain, which I didn't know they had in DC. They got Potbelly's by me, and I'd never had it before, because I figured it's just some fucking sandwich chain. But I got it in DC, and I was shocked that it was like really good and like pretty cheap. It was $8 for a sandwich, which was like a 6-inch sub, a soda, and a bag of chips. And they had like good fancy chips too. It wasn't like Lay's. It was like real nice tasty fucking chips. Like, I was shocked. I was shocked that it was like so good. I'm gonna have to hit them up while I'm here. Like, that's gonna have to be a I was about to like say that's gonna have to be that's gonna have to go into my lunch rotation. I was gonna say a different word that wasn't lunch, and then I caught myself like, that's not the right word. But yeah, I got that, and I was sitting there, and I was like, maybe I'll just fucking sit here for the next 3 hours. And I thought about it, and I was like, I'm in the fucking capital. I should at least do something. So I hopped on the train, and there was a whole issue with the fucking train not taking my card initially. So my first ride actually got comped, which was nice. You know, I have to say, the service workers in DC on their metro system were really nice and understanding of the fact that I was obviously a fish out of water in there. So yeah, this was my first time riding the subway since I lived in New York. And I have to say, DC subways are pretty nice, if very fucking hot. It's kind of shocking how disgusting it is to be in DC subways just because of the heat and humidity. But yeah, I visited the Smithsonian, and I got a couple pictures of the Smithsonian actually. First one I got was this nice little moai, which is right at the entrance. I posted this on Twitter like, look, it's Koseki Bijou from Hull IV and Justice. But this was like this is that thing. It's flatter than I expected. I thought it'd be rounder, but no, it's very flat. I don't know if you can tell by this image, but it is really flat. And then I just went around taking I didn't really take photos while I was at the Smithsonian. I kind of just enjoyed it. You know, I kind of just wandered around like, wow, this is a nice museum. I didn't even get to see half of it though. Or I think I saw like just about half of it, and then Stella DM'd me like, hey, okay, I'm at the airport, I'm heading to the hotel now, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta rush to the hotel, okay. So I had to suddenly leave and like get back on the subway, get back to the hotel, check in. But before I did get one thing. I did take this picture. This was just like a random exhibit in their like map of the Earth's timeline of like how everything formed and how many different species have come and gone. This was in like, I think this was right around them talking about extinction events. Gay Ben suck. You would not believe. I feel like I'm insane because I kept noticing like so many exhibits in the Smithsonian had like fucking innuendo. Like this. Like, it was just stuff written like this, where it's like, am I a freak for thinking this is innuendo, or is this like the Smithsonian being run by freaks who are putting innuendo in this? Like, am I the freak for looking at this and thinking it's kind of dirty? Like, what the hell? You see an excellent trash talk phrase, gape and suck. Back from Georgia, glad you liked the museum. Yeah, hi Raina. Yeah, I love the museum. Honestly, it was really good. I wish I had more time to visit. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I loved Otakon a lot, so I kind of want to go again next year. Like, I kind of really want to go to Otakon again next year. This was kind of an awesome con. And to be fair, I basically only, like, the only times I was in the convention center, I was either in the dealer hall or I was at the idle space, and there was basically nothing else. Like, I wandered into the video game hall once for like a meetup, for like a cosplay meetup, but that was it, right? There was that, and I went to one panel, which turned out to just be another idol show. So it was like, I basically was only at Otakon for idols and buying merchandise, which was frankly really great. It was awesome. So it's gonna be a next thing here. I hope you can get to see them. You and Feet too. Yeah. I don't know. Seeing Stella on stage was really cool. They were really, really good. They were so nervous too, and I don't know why, because they did crazy good shit there. They hit that shit crazy style. And now I have a signed Checky with Stella too. Wow, it's the only. I'll show a picture of it later, but because I have a picture. Yeah, they did kill it. Yeah, I do have a signed picture. I have a photo of all, like, my merchandise that I'll show later. But yeah, anyway, back to the timeline. So I get home, or I get back to the hotel, I check in, go up to the room, sit down, and I'm like, damn, it was fucking hot outside, but I'm glad I'm in this room and the AC's on and I can sit down for a bit. Because I'd been on my feet, like, all day at that point, you know, like, just walking around the Smithsonian, which my feet hurt a little bit, but not a lot. It was like, oh, my feet are kind of sore, I'll sit for a bit. I did not realize that my feet were going to be in extreme pain because the shoes I bought, the brand new shoes I just bought, turned out to be really fucking bad for walking, despite being sold and advertised as fucking walking shoes. So I gotta see if I can find the receipt for them and see if I can return them, because, yep, my feet are in fucking tatters right now. I can barely walk. But yeah, I sat down for like a minute, I think, and then I get a DM from Stella being like, hey, I'm here, I'm at the hotel, I'm down in the lobby, you know, do I need the key to get up? And I'm like, oh shit, okay, I have to immediately go down. So I went down and let them up, and we said hi, we got to meet each other for the first time. They kicked my knees in and, you know, beat me up, and, you know, it was nice, it was fun. And then, what did we do for the rest of that day? I don't even fucking remember. What the hell did we do? I think we went, no, that day we went to the convention center. Thursday we went to the con center so Stella could get their performer badge and whatnot. And then we just, like, it was crazy, because we went and we were like, oh yeah, we'll go get food. And then we were there and we was just like, we kind of just wanted to go back to the hotel. We were kind of fucking tired, and we were kind of just like, let's just go back and fucking go to sleep or something. But they actually, no, they did need to get Polaroid footage, actually. They did need film for their Checky camera. So we went to a Target, got film, and also got dinner there, which, like, I don't know what the fuck. I think it was sort of my fault that this happened, because I've been on, like, a tinned fish kick recently. Like, I've really been enjoying trying different kinds of tinned fish. I really want to get my hands on some nori, but that's not the point. Point is, I was like, oh, we should get some tinned fish. So for dinner, we had pita bread, hummus, and fucking packaged tuna. My packaged tuna was fucking, it was like these little bags of tuna they sold that was like pre-mixed with spices and stuff, and Stella was lucky. Theirs had like mayonnaise and relish they could add. Mine was not. I just had like a bag of like shredded canned tuna, and it was fucking disgusting and like the worst meal I've ever eaten in my life, I think. Like, it was not good, and we just sat in the hotel eating this fucking disgusting ass, like, gross tuna meal and like laughing over how bad it was. Oh, it was funny. And yeah, then we went to bed, and then the next day Stella told me that apparently I snore in my sleep, and I was mortified and wanted to immediately jump onto the tracks of the DC Metro, but I didn't, because we had to go to Otakon. Yay! I spent like that entire, we stopped at Stop and Shop to get like breakfast, which was just like pastries and a bag of granola bars. I ate my pastry right away. Stella waited, and I basically spent the entire day trying to convince Stella to eat their fucking pastry, because I was really worried they'd like I was really worried because I was feeling sick from not eating enough already, and I was like, God, Stella hasn't eaten in like even longer. I should really try to get them to eat this food so they don't pass out on stage. And I did eventually get them to eat it, but it was like, oh, scary. But yeah, that day we also met up with Turnip and her friends, and yeah, that was day one of the con. Day one of the con was pretty much like I said. I got there. I also had to, I neglected to get a lanyard from like badge pickup, So I was using my own lanyard, which was really stupid. I don't know why the hell I did that, but yeah. First thing that happened, very first thing as soon as we got there, we went to a panel. Like I said, the only panel I went to the entire day. It was called like Cos Idol 101, like Cosplay Idol 101. And I got there, and it turned out, I assumed it was going to be like an informational panel about cos idols. Nope, it was just a cosplay idol performance, which I was cool with. But then right after that, we went to see Pengi at the Idol Space before Idol Harmony, and that was really, really great. That was like the best idol showcase I've ever been to at a con. The only thing that compares really was going to Chuseibu stage at Anime Milwaukee, which felt so much smaller in comparison. Like, and it was also only one show there, you know? This was like constant non-stop idol shit happening at this con. So, the Carosa review panel worked the same way. Yeah, I just didn't go to any panels because it was just like, at any time I would look at the list of panels and I was like, oh, none of this seems interesting. But there's an idol on right now, so I'll grab my pen lights and go see an idol, you know? And that was basically the entire weekend. Literally, we saw Pengi, it was great, and then we went to the dealer hall to meet up with some more of Stella's friends, which was nice. We met up with one of Stella's friends, some member of the BRS community, Ash, Starline Charm, I think. We met up with them, and that was nice. Stella was very excited to meet them, and they were very excited to meet Stella, and then I was like off to the side, like just doing like, you know, man standing emoji, like it's just like standing still, like, wow, that's a nice cosplayer. Wow, these are some nice cosplayers around. Wow, because it's like, I'm not involved in this conversation. I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking stand here, I guess. Like, it felt so awkward, but I was like, I didn't actually care. It was like, okay, this is a nice chance to just stand and people watch for a little bit, you know? Yeah, exactly. That was me. That was me. That was literally me. Oh, I should have chat on screen. Whoops, my bad. But yeah, that was me. That was just me. That was me just standing there, and it was like, okay, you know, I didn't mind though. It was fun. I was happy they got to meet up with so many people they wanted to meet. But yeah, after that, I don't remember. I think after that, we met up with Turnip, and then Stella actually had to leave like right after that to get changed for their idol performance. So then we spent the rest of the time. I briefly walked around the dealer hall and Artist Alley, just sort of like scoping things out, because like I said, my intention was to only spend money in the dealer halls and alley on Sunday so I could get the best prices. I didn't spend any money Friday, but I didn't quite make it to Sunday either. But yeah, after that, I had to run to CVS to get batteries for my pen lights, because I had been using them for like half a year at this point, and they were well fucking dead. Like, they could only do red or green, and it was really dim, and it would just turn itself off after a couple seconds. So I was like, okay, I need to be able to do light blue teal. Let me run to CVS, and I bought that, and I also bought myself, because at this point, all I'd eaten that day was a muffin at the very start of the day at like 8 a.m. And it was no longer 8 a.m. It was like 5 p.m. And I was like, okay, I'm in like physical pain from not, like, this weekend was like the first time, because usually my cons are like local, or, you know, I have like a breakfast bar at the hotel I'm staying at I can grab. A hotel we stayed at was dinky little fucking Days Inn. Did not have a breakfast bar. They offered you some shitty coffee and that was it. So it was like, okay, I couldn't carb load at the start of the day. Head over to the Mid-Hudson Con next summer. I don't know what that is, but also next year my con list is kind of packed. Mid-Hudson Comic-Con. Where is this? New York? You want me to come back to New York? You want me to go back to New York? Why do you want me to go back there? Why do you want me to go back to New York? I don't want to go back to New York. It took so long for me to escape. Escape from New York? Wow, that sounds cool. That could be a movie. Haha. Anyway, yeah. So when I went to CVS, I bought the batteries, and I was like, okay, I also need to eat something. So I bought a protein shake, and for the first time since I was like in my teens, I bought a fucking like beef stick, like a beef snack stick. And it tasted fucking disgusting, but it was like, oh, whatever. Like, it was calories, and I fucking gobbled that thing down and chugged that protein shake, and was like, okay, I'm back, I'm ready to go. And then right after that, I went, I got to see like one more show at the Idol stage before they were like, okay, get out, we have to sound check. And then as I was leaving, I ran to Stella, and I was like, whoa, it's Stella, hi. What the hell did I do after that? I don't even remember, because then there was like, after that, there was literally like 2 hours until, I know. After that, I went back to the dealer hall and kept scoping it out and seeing a bunch of cool stuff. And I found out Jean Wanwan was there. Like, I didn't realize she was there until the next day when someone told me. I wish I'd seen her on Friday, though, because I was in my KFP hobby on Friday. And, like, I wish I'd gotten... Instead, I just got a photo of my shitty fucking, like, normal clothes on Saturday. Oh, upstate-based. Damn. Well... Sorry, I don't know how to follow that up. Upstate New York is nice, though. The few times I went there was really nice. I don't know, I didn't get to go very often. Because I was based on the island, which is where most of my perception about New York comes from, which is why most of my perception of New York is that it sucks, because I lived on the island. But yeah, so yeah, I wandered around dealer hall, then went back, saw Stella. They were great, they were fantastic, they did a great job at their stage, and then I got to take a checky with them. And it was great, it was awesome, it was cool. And then, immediately out, like, I stood in line for a couple other checkies, but it's like, by the time I, like, had a place to get another checky, it was like, oh, Pawn Ranger's about to start. And we all wanted to go see Pawn Ranger, so we went, watched Pawn Ranger, and then it was like, okay, Pawn Ranger's done. Turnip went, and she got a checky with Pawn Ranger, and then me and Stella were standing there like, hey. We looked at each other like, hey, how badly do you really want a Pawn Ranger checky? And both of us were like, I don't really need a Pawn Ranger checky that badly. And we were both really fucking tired, so we were like, okay, when Turnip gets back, let's just call it a day, let's just go home. And we did. We just went right back to the hotel after that. And, yeah, that was it. That was the end of the day. The two of them, oh, hi, Cruelty, thank you for the hydrate. I will take a sip. You've come? Don't come in my fucking chat, what the fuck? This water, the cup I'm drinking water out of had horchata in it previously, so there's a tiny bit of cinnamon horchata flavor to this water. Ooh, kind of nice. My lips are so fucking dry though. I was not getting them moisturized enough over the weekend. Oh, but yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, day one of the con itself ended, or technically day two, but really day one of the con ended. Stella and Turnip both got like food from the hotel commissary, and I was like, this is way too expensive. I need to save money for merch. My dinner is going to be going to bed. My dinner is going to be sleep, right? The classic move. When you're really hungry, but it's late at night, just go to bed. You don't need it, you know? And then I did. I went to bed and just slept through it. And the bed I was on was a really, really shitty sofa bed that like wasn't very nice to sleep in, but whatever. And then I was told once again that I snored, and I was once again mortified. Like, okay, I guess I'll kill myself, but not till after the concert. Also, I apologize if my voice randomly like peaks, like cracks like that. This isn't me trying to do a funny voice crack. This is anytime my voice goes higher than where it is right now, it just cracks because it's fucked. My throat is actually starting to hurt really bad just talking as I am right now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so what happened after that? What did I do after that? The heck did I do after that? I don't remember. Yes, I do. After that, it was day two of the con, Saturday, and I woke up and I was fucking starving, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, like, I woke up really early too. I think I woke up at like 6 a.m. and everyone else was still asleep, but I was like, okay, the hotel buffet is only open till 9, and I'm fucking hungry as shit because I didn't eat the day before, basically. So I, as quietly as I could, went around getting dressed, getting ready, and then snuck down to the buffet. And the buffet was really good at this hotel, actually. Not the best buffet I've had, but it was good. They had like breakfast tacos as like their main thing, which included fucking chicken tinga. which was weird as like a breakfast item. But I had that, and they had chia pudding too, which I also had. And it was a very good breakfast. I probably ate close to 1,000 calories for breakfast that day, because I knew I was not going to eat again until like late at night. Like, I was not going to eat again that day. I don't think I ate again that day, actually. I had a granola bar like halfway through the day, but that was it, and that was like 200 calories, so I did not eat again on Saturday. I ate breakfast at Saturday, and then I ate at like 1 a.m. I had some, I had some halal cart we bought that wasn't even very good, so I didn't finish it. The starver, yeah. That's me at any con, though. I'm like, if I'm at a con, my last priority is food, right? While I was at this con, like, you know, at that day too, you know, after I ate as much as I could, I also went to CVS to buy like snack bars, and while I was there, I didn't even consider what the stuff would taste like. I looked at what was the cheapest item, what was the best like cheapness to calorie ratio. You know, which item was the cheapest and which item had the most calories. I did not care what the fuck it tasted like. I did not care if it was disgustingly dry. I wanted something with as many calories as I could fit in my mouth so that I would not like get a stomach ache during the day. Which made me just think I'd love to have something like fucking Calorie Mate or something. You know, I actually meant to look up, like, is Calorie Mate a thing in America? Can you get that? I think it's like you can only really get it in Japan. Calorie Mate balanced food item. Oh, you can get 2 for $8 actually. How many calories are in these? It's 400 calories per 80 grams. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Per 80 grams. How many grams is it? I can't see on this. What is 3 ounces to grams? Oh! Okay. Never mind. Holy shit. That's crazy. What the fuck? Wait, am I reading this right? No, okay. No, never mind. Okay, so never mind. That's kind of worse price-wise than what I got. I ended up getting just some granola bars that were like 210 calories each for $7, which, yeah, was pretty solid. But yeah, that was my plan. The goal was eat as little as I can while maintaining high calories. So I just had that, and it was good. It was really good. Yeah, it was good. It was, I wasn't hungry during the day, you know, because a big breakfast will do you very good. But yeah, basically got to the con, and all I did, I think that day, what the hell did I do on Saturday? Saturday's kind of a blur for me until 3 p.m. I'm trying to remember what I did. I did have to DM Stella to be like, hey, I forgot to take a room key. Can you let me back into the room, please? And they did, and then, you know, I went and got my stuff together and went back down and ate even more with Stella and Turnip, because I was like, there's room in my stomach still. I can fit a little bit more. I can fit a little bit more in there until I'm full. Let me make sure I've got the calories for the day. And so I just went and did that. But yeah, after that, we went to the con. What the fuck did we do that day? I think I went ahead actually. I went ahead of them. And I think I did go to the idle space actually. I think that was like, I beelined right for the idle space, sat around for a bit, and then went to the dealer hall to meet up with them. And I didn't meet up with them right away because I DM'd Stella, and I guess they didn't have great internet connections, so they couldn't like say like where they were. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just wander around for a bit. So I just wandered the dealer hall with the goal, again, like the day before, of just scouting the entire place out. I wasn't planning on buying anything. Then I saw a Miku figure. Then I saw a really nice Miku figure that I've always wanted, kind of. And it was cheap. Like, I'd seen this figure at other booths after that moment, and it was like either double or like $15 more. And I even as I was looking at it, I was like, let me go on eBay and check, because this seems like too good of a price to be true. Even on eBay, it was more than it was at this booth, and I was like, just a deal? An actual honest to God deal in the dealer's hall? What the fuck? Huh? I was like, hey, is there anything wrong with this Miku? And they're like, oh no, it's just, we got too many of them. We got to get rid of it. You know, we got to empty inventory. It takes up a lot of space, you know? I was like, you know, slowly pulling money out of my wallet, like, can I get it with a bag, please? And so that was like in my head, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this Miku figure because, you know, whatever. I'll just get the one Miku figure because it was a really good deal. And then, no, I didn't get scammed. It wasn't a scam. I genuinely, it was in fact just the normal figure, just for a crazy good price, way too good of a price. But yeah, after that, I kind of spent a lot of money all at once, and I'm just gonna show you the damage. This was the damage from Otakon. This is the damage. Here's the damage from Otakon, and also Idle Harmony. Everything you see sort of down here. Here's my cursor again. Hello, big eye cursor. Everything down here in this little area is from Idle Harmony specifically. But then everything that's like everything from like here and above was from the con. You know? Then down here is all stuff I got from Idle Harmony. And yes, this is in fact a crazy amount of damage. This was a lot of damage. This right here is the Miku figure I bought though. Here's my Miku. Here's the Miku that started it all. She is a very nice Miku too. Yeah, after I got the Miku, I left the dealer hall because I was like, there's too much here. Actually, over here, I did get these two things. This is a moon jellyfish plush and a salmon keychain, which was in like this gacha case of like collect all 5 salmon keychains. And so I got it. I got this salmon and this from the dealer hall because it was from a vendor that I really like called Umwelt, and I didn't know they were going to be at the con, and I was like, oh my god, Umwelt's here. Let me buy some shit. I'm still subscribed to their Patreon after like 4 years because I love their shit that much. But yeah, I got that. And then I wandered into the artist alley. How's the ice soup taste? Let me have a sip. Little tinge of cinnamon from the horchata that was in here before, because I don't have the money to wash dishes anymore either. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'll do another hydrate. Thank you. But yeah, the Doobie and Saba prints also. It was the Doobie print that really broke me down. Like after I'd gotten this stuff, I was kind of like, okay, this is fine. I'm done now. You know, I visited the dealer hall. That'll be it. And then I wandered a bit too close to the artist alley and spotted the Doobie print. I was like, that's a really good Doobie. That's a really, really good Doobie. Well, it's just one print. It's just one print. It can't hurt that much. And I keep wandering. And I find this you can see here just barely. Prints are an incredible hazard. But this right here is actually lip gloss, which I bought. I kind of, it almost feels like I got scammed into buying this, but I don't want to say that because the vendor was really nice. I stopped at this booth with this lip gloss because I could smell something that smelled like vanilla and chocolate. And I asked, like, what's that smell? Do you smell fragrance or something? And she was like, no, we sell makeup, you know? And I like, you know, she was like, oh, some of it's scented though, you can check it out. And it turned out it was this sticker pack turned out to be scented. And you did, yeah. Just, I cannot be left unattended at a con. It will fuck me up beyond all possible doubt. But it turned out it was this sticker packet. These were like scratch and sniff stickers. So I was like, oh, how much are the stickers? And she was like, oh, they're free, you can just take one if you want. And I was like, I can't just take a pack of stickers. Like that feels so scummy, especially in an artist alley. So I was like, okay, give me some lip gloss too. And it's like, I guess now I have a lip gloss that I don't know when I'm ever gonna use because I barely wear makeup anymore. But yeah, then I walked exactly one booth over and I saw the Saba print and I was like, the Saba print, I meant to come back to this booth, but I was like, I don't have the money to come back to this booth. But they also had a really good Wawa print. that I wish I'd gotten. Oh god, oh god. But I reduced the damage a bit. Don't have the ones to wash dishes. Gamer, how much dope do you use? What are you talking about? But yeah, once I bought the Saba print, it was like, it was just like, okay, I'm just spending my money today, I guess. Whatever. I'll just spend my money now. And so I wandered around. I got this print of Nikaido from Dorohedoro. I bought, what else did I get? I also bought this print of Halloween, my beautiful myth, my Oshigen. And then I also got these little mini prints here. I was only gonna get the Kiara one initially, but as the person was like ringing me up for the Kiara one and the myth print, I was like, it doesn't quite feel right to only get Kiara with the myth print, you know? And I was like, you know what, just give me all 5 of them, actually. Just give me all 5 myth members as prints. It's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's rough. It was rough. And then finally after that, I stopped for a moment and went back. I went and Stella still wasn't responding because I assumed their internet was just fucked. So I messaged Turnip. I'm like, hey, where are you guys? And she's like, oh, we're at this exact pillar. And I'm like, awesome. So I go find them. And yeah, then we talk for a bit. And I don't remember. I have like such vague recollection. Saturday is such like a vague recollection for me until 3 p.m. Like, oh god, I'm hiccuping, hang on. Oh god, excuse me, hang on. Okay, sorry. Yeah, and then after that, I went up to, there was a booth called Mecha Kaikon. They didn't have anything good showing at that point, but I did just go and take a look at their, like, the model kits they sold, and they were fine, but they were all really expensive, so I was like, you know, I don't really need a model kit, so I just left them, and then went back. I went to a meetup, actually. I went to a Hololive cosplay meetup in the video game room, and I kind of looked around, and, you know, the meetups like that, I'm always very nervous. But I saw one guy with Kiara merch, and I went over, I was like, hey, nice Kiara shirt. You know, I tried to chat the guy up just to be slightly more social. And we did actually chat for a bit. We were chatting. I found out he was gonna be at Idle Harmony, and I actually saw him in the line at Idle Harmony later. But while I was talking with him, he told me, like, oh yeah, have you gone and seen Jean down in the, Jean Wanwan down in the dealer hall yet? And I'm like, Jean is here? Jean is here? And he's like, yeah, she's down at this booth. Yeah, you can go find her real easy. You know, she's selling checkies. I'm like, okay, it was really nice talking to you. I'll see you at Idle Harmony. Goodbye. I ran down to the dealer hall to try and find her booth, and I did. And while I was there, yeah, I socialized a lot. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, I ran down and I got to meet Jean, and she only had 2 checkies left when I got there. So I got her second to last checkie, which you can see right here, actually. It's really tiny, but these are all the checkies I got, and you can see there's mosaic blur. This is the checkie right here I got with Stella, and you can actually tell, even through the mosaic, that I'm wearing my fucking KFB hoppy. You can see the colors on it. But yeah, I met Jean. I got a checkie with her, and then I also got this sticker from her, and this badge ribbon here, which was pretty cool. That was really fun. And then after that, by that point, it was like, I don't know, what time? I think it was like around 2:30 at that point. And I was like, okay, I don't have to line up. Like, I had a VIP ticket for Idle Harmony, so I didn't need, oh, also, speaking of merch, everything up here is just from the My Fair Lady set by, I forget the artist's name. God, what was the fucking artist's name? Cherry, I think, or something? Cherry, there should have been a fucking, oh god, hang on. This image is definitely, this is a photo taken on my phone, so it's definitely big enough that I can see. Just zoom in and read. Never mind, I can't. I have no idea what the artist's name was. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, Collie. The artist was Collie. Okay. But yeah, this was actually something I'd sent Stella money and I asked them to buy for me when they were at Otakon, and they gave it to me over the weekend, so I was very excited for that. Oh, and you can also see the, right up here, right here, this lovely little 8 inches of Stellaphos hanging out right here. Stellaphos, Stellaphos. I heard someone call it Stellaphos while I was in line for the Idol showcase, and I was like, Stellaphos? That's like what I say when I'm being ironic. What the heck? I guess that's just how it reads initially. But yeah, the off-kai delivery, woo, yeah, I was really excited. But yeah, that's what all this was. But then, at that point, I was like, okay, you know, none of the other performers in the Idol space, you know, there was like a break in the Idol space. There wasn't going to be another performance for a bit. And I was kind of like, okay, none of these panels really interest me. I don't really care about any of them. I'm just gonna go line up for Idle Harmony, see if I can talk with some people in line. So I went, I said hi to Stella and Turnip, and then was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Idle Harmony, I'll meet you there. It's Phos. Phos, so I see. So I've been saying it wrong. It's not Stellaphos, it's Stellaphos. Do I say Stellaphos? Huh, interesting. Stellaphos, Stellaphos. Us. No one's ever said my name wrong. Sometimes people call me Zeta, though, which is interesting. Zeta. I guess that is a way to pronounce the letter Z, or Zet, or Zeta, or whatever. But yeah, after that I was like, okay, goodbye. I ran back to the hotel, put all my merch away, and then just hopped on a train to the 9:30 Club for Idle Harmony. And at that point, I want to say there were probably only like 50 Zett Asteria. No! Gone. Yeah, I want to say there were like 50 people total in the line. Like, it was a tiny line, and they were basically just one big crowd, more or less. And initially, I like stood towards the back of it, like away from people, and I tried chatting up one guy, but he wasn't really interested in chatting, and I was like, okay, it's really early. I have VIP anyway. I'm gonna cut in the line towards the front and try chatting with people there. And that turned out to be the best decision I made, because for the next like 3 hours, the concert started letting people in at about 6. I got there at 3, so for 3 hours, I was just standing in line chatting with other fans of Keki. And it was really, really fun. I had so much fun standing in that line just chatting with people. Like, it was kind of incredible. And yeah. I started using my Twitter alt that I usually use to just, you know, like the HoloLive stuff. And I've become more active on it now, so now I guess I have 2 accounts that I have to juggle. And actually, as a, yeah, rare alt. I mean, I've always used my alt just as like a, that's where I like follow a ton of artists and VTubers and watch, you know, that's just where I follow most people, because that's like, whatever, you know. That's I use my alts. I don't use the same account. Like, I don't keep 2 sessions logged in. All I do is, I basically just, what's it called? I use my alt in Chrome, and my Zett main I use in Firefox, and that's literally it. But I did download the Twitter app just so I could get notifications about Keki's tweets, in case she said she was somewhere in Otakon, which she never did. But a bunch of people got to meet her anyways, not me though. But yeah, I was in line for Idle Harmony though, and at 3, at 6, they started handing out these things, these little badges with these charms on them, and this ticket. So I got to wear that, and it was really, really fun. And then they let us in, and I bought all of this and this pen light. That's right, basically everything down here except the sticker sheet and the checkies I bought at Idle Harmony. Oh yeah, also this pen light, one guy, I think his name was Carlos, I never got his Twitter handle, but he was handing out these pen light inserts with Keki on them, so that was really nice. Like I said, I never got his Twitter handle, which I regret, because now I can't shout him out properly, but that was really cool. And yeah, so I bought, first of all, I bought all the Idle Harmony merch, which was basically just these buttons, a towel, which is not seen here because it is in my hamper right now, waiting to be washed, because I did actually use it to mop up a lot of sweat at the concert. But I bought these buttons, I bought the pen light over here, I bought this signed print of Phoebe, and then I bought literally all of the Keki merch they had, because Kekihime brought a bunch of merch that she didn't sell at Dokumi to sell here. And so I bought all of it. Not pictured here is the keki shirt, also in the hamper, because also soaked in sweat. But yeah, I spent $191 on merchandise at Idle Harmony. It was I kind of looked at it. I kind of looked at like the numbers there, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Wow, that sure is. Wow, that's a impressive amount of money to spend. Ice soup, baby. We're having ice soup till the day we die. Oh, it's fucking over. It's so fucking over. And yeah, so I bought all that, ran to the bathroom, changed into the keki shirt, and then lined up, got my seat. I got to be really close to the stage. The thing is, it was kind of crazy. Some of the people at this concert had just the worst fucking like stage manners I'd ever seen in my life. Like, I kept seeing people either steal other people's spots or shove them out of the way to take their spots. Like, one guy I saw, like, you know, I saw one guy, like, he was right at the front, like, right up against the stage. I saw him walk away to get, like, some water. And then someone else came up and was like, hey, is this spot taken? And someone else very clearly said, yeah, someone's here, I'm holding it for them. He was like, oh, well, they're not here right now. So they fucking, like, slipped in against the guy to take the spot. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy shitty. You know, then the original guy came back and was like, oh, okay, shit, that sucks, I guess. But then the new guy left again at one point to get water. And so the original guy took his spot back. And then the new guy came back and was like, what the fuck, you took my spot, dude? And he was like, well, yeah, you took my spot originally, you know? It sucks to suck. And he was like, he made like this huge fuss, and eventually the original guy was just like, you know, what the fuck ever, you can have it. And it was like the craziest thing. It was such a, like, it was crazy. It was so rude. And then, like, as I was standing where I was, people kept like cutting in front of me or getting way up close to me to like try to shove me out of the way, get close to the stage. I ended up being pushed back, like, I want to say I was originally like the second row from the stage. I ended up getting pushed back to like the third row from the stage by the end of the concert, just because people kept like pushing and cutting in front. And it was like, it was crazy. Some of the people at that concert should not have been allowed in human society. Belonged in zoo animal cages, you know? But yeah, it was good. Otherwise, it was good. And I got to enjoy it. I had fun. Because I was so close, I actually feel kind of bad about this. Because the line was so fluid right at the, like, really early, I was kind of jumping around from places in line. Never really far. I was jumping like 5 places up or back in line to chat with people. And then I'm cutting like 5 places ahead in line. And they started letting VIP in. And I feel kind of bad about it because I assumed VIP... Oh, there was a guy with a tripod recording a staff kick. That's crazy. But good on staff. Staff was, like, being really good about the whole... Staff obviously was, like, trying really hard to corral people as politely as they... Early on, you weren't there for it, but early on, when there was just, like, a massive crowd of people forming, staff kept having to come out, like, in the line, when we were lining up at, like, 3 p.m., staff kept having to come out and be like, hey, guys, please, form a single file line against the wall. Please, you're blocking the entire sidewalk. And it was just like, oh, it's crazy. But yeah, I felt kind of bad for cutting ahead at the end there because the merch line, like, I got into the merch line and I was like, there were like 8 people ahead of me and I was like, wow, this is taking so long, that's crazy. And by the time, like, everyone had funneled in, literally half of the entire, like, room, half of the entire, like, audience was just people in line to get merch. And I was kind of like, oh, that's glad I got in early. And then I felt kind of bad for like cutting ahead of people, but I only cut ahead of like 5 people, you know? But yeah, I felt kind of bad about that. I felt bad about just so much, like, oh god, that's rough. But yeah, I love Oh god, I loved that concert so much. My feet were killing me though. I should have, while I was standing in line, I really should have like sat down. Like I really should have just sat down for like a couple minutes at least while I was in line. I was so stupid. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. And just as a result, like as soon as I was in there, my feet hurt so much. I had to keep like shifting my balance on my feet to try and like reduce the pain I was feeling constantly. And just, oh my god, I like during excuse me, god. Excuse me. But yeah, at one point there was like after the first act, after Pengy was on, which by the way, if you didn't know, Idol Harmony was an idol concert featuring Pengy, Utano Pandora, Phoebe, Pia P, and Kekihime. In that order specifically was where they like showed up in terms of their performances. But yeah, after Pengy's performance, I was in so much pain that I like had to leave my spot momentarily to like get some water and lean against the counter to like try to reduce the pain a bit. And then when I came back, people like gave me a side eye for like going back to my spot, and it's like literally at the very start of the concert, MCs came out and were like, hey, you guys should go get water if you need it, you know, because getting dehydrated is really bad. And it's like, people were giving me a side eye for getting water. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to die in this fucking concert room and get stomped to death by assholes trying to get better spots. Like, crazy. But yeah, concert was really good though. I was in pain the entire time, which made it slightly less good. Mods ban Cruelty for rejecting hydration. Time Cruelty. You know what? I'm timing you out myself, Cruelty, for going. You can't redeem hydrate and then call me a coward for going to hydrate. That's not the message of hydrate. We respect hydrating here. We respect the hydration here. I don't know what you're on about. But yeah, after that, I just bared the pain for the rest of the concert. And the rest of the concert was great. There were some great sets there. Getting to cheer, meow, thank you. Getting to cheer, like that was like the first time I've been in such an energetic idol crowd. Usually, you know, the idol concerts I'm used to going to, it's like, there's like maybe 20 people total in the audience who know like chants and mixes and stuff and like call and response stuff, and it's like that's all you get, you know. You don't get a really loud energetic crowd in a place like that. This though, it was literally everyone doing call and response, cheering, doing all that shit. It was incredible. It was like energizing. That shit gave me like a shot of adrenaline straight to the blood. You know, it was crazy. It was so good. And then obviously after about 2 hours, Keiki came out on stream. And at least for her first song, when she first came out on stage, my feet completely stopped hurting. Or at least I completely stopped noticing the pain because I was so excited, cheering so loud. And then after her first song ended, the pain came back and it was like the worst it had ever been. So I was crying because I was so happy getting to see Keiki in person. But I was also crying because my feet hurt a lot. And I was shifting a bit too, but like I stopped like looking at my feet when I was shifting. It was just like, I'm just gonna shift as much as I can, like quietly. And yeah, it was, oh god, it was great. It was so good. It was so good. Oh, it's, oh god. It was the best concert I've been. Admittedly, I've only been to like 3 concerts, I think. And one of them was like a really awful metal festival that was like just, it was just boring. It was like, oh yeah, this is interesting. I don't really give a fuck though. You know, like my uncle had taken me to a metal festival years ago, and it was just like, this is fine, I guess, but I don't really get it. I got it this time. This time I got it. I got it, you know? And so I had such a good time. I had such a good time. It was just so fucking, oh, God. It was so good. I'm like still reeling from thinking about it. Oh, I should make this a bit smaller. Sorry, this has been covering up the entire screen. I'm reeling from thinking about how good it was. Do I have any photos? Did I save any photos from Idle Harmony? I don't think I did. I did not. Oh, actually, one little funny thing. During the lineup, like really early when we were all lining up, we saw this pigeon who was missing a leg, and everyone in, like, a couple people in the line started like trying to feed and give it water. One guy gave it water here, like you can see. And then, yeah, I smiled more that night than I think I've smiled in a long time. I was smiling a lot. And yeah, then the reason I didn't eat that much that day was because that little pile of crumbs was my last granola bar that I gave to the pigeon, because I felt bad for it. But yeah, it was just so good. It was such an incredible, I do hope Oshi Spark does such good shit. They're so good. You know, I had such a good time. It was so good. It was so much fun. And then when I left, like, you know, after the concert had ended and I'd gotten to cheer all I could and my throat was shot and, you know, resulted in me sounding like this now. When the crowd dispersed, I like went over to get some water and I could not walk. I had to like do this weird hunched over crab walk because I was in too much pain to walk normally. Like, it was literally, I genuinely could not, like, my feet felt like they were swollen. It felt like they were like bumps on them. Someone was saying to me like, oh, if you stand for too long without sitting down, your kidney will fail and you'll die. And it's like, I was standing there like, am I gonna die? Is this like one of those things where it's like, I see something so good and it's like, oh, I can die happy now? And it's like, all right, bet. Like, yeah, bet you will. Like, but no, I just needed to sit down and go to sleep, because after I got back to the hotel and went to bed, I felt fine the next day, except now I woke up today and I was in even more pain, but now it's mostly subsided. Now it's kind of just dull pain generally. You know, I have not put on socks today, though. I've been doing everything. If I had to go outside, I've done it in, like, sandals, so. But yeah, it was such a good time. And then we went back to the hotel, and Stella ordered us food. Thank you, Stella. But yeah, I had gotten a halal plate, because it's been so long since I had one. Except it was, like, the worst halal plate I've ever had, so I could only eat, like, 3 bites. And also, I think I was in too much pain to really be able to eat and enjoy it. So it was like, I couldn't eat it. I put it in the fridge, and my plan was to eat it at the con on Sunday. You guys were so hungry. I was shocked at how, like, not hungry I was. Like, it's kind of crazy. I drank my soda, but that was it. Yeah, there was a war to order fucking pizza. We had to, like, DoorDash would not deliver to our fucking hotel for some reason, which was crazy. I don't know what the deal was. Because, like, it was a hotel in, like, the center of DC, you know? Like, it was crazy. But, yeah, it was good, though. It was really good. It was really fun. Even if I wound up being kind of hungry. Even if I was kind of hungry at the end, it was still a lot of fun. And then Sunday, I think I ate the least. I ate a much lighter breakfast. I only had 1 plate of breakfast compared to the, like, 3 plates of breakfast I had Saturday. Because I knew I'd be going on a flight later and that I'd be able to eat there. But Sunday, I ate. I left for the con early. Because, I won't say who, but somebody really wanted to sleep in on Sunday. So, I left on my own and kind of just, you know, wandered around. What the hell did I even do Sunday? I think, what the fuck did I do Sunday? Oh, I know what I did. Sunday they had, like, a dedicated Idol stage concert. Like, that was, like, debuting, like, 8 different idols and, like, 1 idol group. And it was really good. That was such a fun concert to be at. I got to, a bunch of my checkies, actually. I think actually, hang on. Is it most of them? I think maybe, no, it's only two. Two of these checkies were specifically from that, like, idol concert, where it was like, here's a bunch of small indie idols. You know, come watch them, and I did, and it was great, except I could not cheer because my throat was absolutely shot. I tried to cheer once. I tried to do like a hi, hi, hi once. And it, instead of coming out as like the loud cheer yell it's supposed to, it came out as like a hi, hi. And I was like, oh no, that's not, that's not happening. So I was just silently like going as hard as I could with my pen light. And I only had one pen light too, because I'd packed away the other one into my stuff because I had to leave that day. So it was like, I had to pack everything. So the only stuff I had on me was like my backpack, my phone charger, my power bank, my phone, my wallet, and everything, obviously. And then I had my Miku figure in my backpack because it would not fit in the fucking suitcase. You were in pain. We were all in pain, yeah. No, I'm not trying to rib you. It was just... it was like, oh, well, I'd like glance over to your section of the room and I'd see like a vague shape on the bed, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go on my own. But yeah, Idol concert was really good. That said, I do not regret going to the Idol concert. However, I did see, after the concert ended, a bunch of photos started popping up of Keiki taking photos with fans, all in like the same place in the dealer hall, and I recognized where it was. And all the photos were obviously taken around the same time. And I realized, like, oh my god, while the concert was going on, Keiki was in the dealer hall taking photos with fans. And I missed it. And it was like... I just felt like this wave of dread, and I spent the rest of the day going through the fucking Keiki Kingdom tag, like seeing how many people got to take photos with her, just like seething. And Stella even telling me, like, stop looking at the fucking tags, Ed. I was like, I can't. I have to live vicariously through them. Or I have to save up enough money to go to Dokumi next year, which I'm gonna start. Yeah, I can't be anywhere. And like I said, I don't regret going to the Idol concert because there were so many really good idols there. And I really enjoyed watching all of them. I try to balance it. I try to balance my obsession with my Kamiyoshi with trying to see as many new acts as I can, you know? And I did enjoy it. Also goes to Comiket, goes to Japan. I think she doesn't go to Comiket that often. Also, I feel like I'd rather go to Dokumi than Comiket, quite frankly. Just because, I would not want to deal with potentially, I guess if it was Winter Comiket, maybe. Then I'd have to plan a Japan trip, and I don't think my job would give me a full week off to do a Japan trip in the winter. So I'd just have to quit my job or find a new one at that point. But yeah, after that, what did I do after that? Oh yeah, after that, after the concert, I went to the Checky signing, got to meet a bunch of cool people, got to meet cool people I'm following now. And then I left. No, I didn't leave, actually. I went to the dealer hall one more time because I met up with Stella again. They were like, hey, if you're gonna go to the dealer hall, can you go see if they have a Pengi Hoppy left? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I kind of figured, like, they probably won't, but I'll go check. And I did. And I went over. I went down to their booth. And I was confused as to like what was going on, because there was someone like in front of the booth and I thought they were in line. Turned out they worked there, so I was just fucking standing there like an asshole, like, you know, again, man standing emoji, like. But the thing is, nobody fucking said anything. Nobody at the booth said like, oh hi, are you here looking for something? Like, this person at the front of the booth was just acting like they were a customer looking through stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you could at least say like, oh, I'm not in line, you know, so I know I can fucking come in. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing there. But eventually 2 other people came over, one of whom I recognized from Idle Harmony, and they were like, oh, do you guys have any Pengi Hoppies left? And I figured they'd say no, but they were like, oh yeah, we do. And I immediately like cut the guy off, like, did you say you have Pengi Hoppies left? How many Pengi Hoppies do you have left? Can I buy one, like, right now? I will pay for it right now in cash. We're all just idle volunteers, no staff or anything? Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, I like had to cut the guy off, like, please, because I was like, I felt kind of bad cutting him off, but I was like, I need one of those hoppies. Like, I'm sorry, I will fight you for it right now if I have to. And they're like, yeah, we have the hoppies. They're left over from Idle Harmony, which I'd heard Idle Harmony sold out of all the hoppies, but I guess they just misplaced a couple. But so they were there, and they were like, oh yeah, we only have large. And I was like, they're not gonna give a shit if you only have large. Give me one. And they rung me up, and I was like, give me a Pengy charm too, which I now have sitting on my nice little charm wall next to me, which is actually getting very heavy, and I'm noticing it's kind of seems like it's drooping, kind of. So I think it might fall over soon. So maybe I should fix that. But yeah, they did give me the Pengy charm. But the thing is, the Pengy charm was actually, they were like, oh yeah, here's the charm. Just a heads up though, this is actually a display version. This is I never actually took off the protective film on it. I see Otaku fell off the back of a truck, yeah. But, yeah, they were like, oh yeah, we only have one Pengy charm left, and it's like the display version. It's the display model we use, just to like hang up. And I was like, does it have the protective film on it? And they were like, yeah, and I was like, I don't care then. Like, if the film's on it, it doesn't matter if it was a display model. I'll take it. There were a couple points where I was like, I will take the display version of this if it's all you have left, you know? That's just a common thing, I think, though. Sorry, I'm trying to peel this protective film off. I don't know why I'm doing it now. I think it's just because I realized it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna remember to peel this off again if I don't do it right now. There we go. Nice Pengy charm. I actually, right after that, I actually was looping Rise and Grind in the airport so much after Idle Harmony. Like, I put it on my playlist on the way to the airport, and then just like while I was at the airport, I was looping it. On the plane, I was looping it, and it was really good. It's a really good song. Y'all should listen to it. Y'all should follow Pengy. But yeah, I did that, and I once I had the hoppy, I was kind of like, hee hee, I'm going to play a little prank. And so I DM'd Stella like, oh, sorry, they had no more hoppies, but they had a charm. And I was like, when they get there, my plan was, and it went off pretty well, I lied to them when they came. I was like, hey, so I know I said I got you a charm, but I actually really like the charm, so I'm gonna keep it, but you can have this instead. And I like pulled my hoppy out of the bag and gave it to them. And it seemed like they were like trying to, it seemed like they didn't process it for a second. But yeah, hee hee hee, I got to play a prank, haha. Too busy streaming Earthrise. Well, stream both anyway. Oh yeah, I do have that stream Earthrise little keychain too. I gotta get a thing. What's it called? I gotta get a little ring to put on this. I actually scratched the fuck out of it trying to put my own ring on it. So now it's just real ugly looking, but it's fine. Oh, yeah. Took you a minute, and then you were, yeah. Yeah, I could see like the cogs turning in your head, like trying to process what was going on. And I was just like, it was really good. It was really good. But yeah. And then after that, oh, my throat. That was the end of the cut. Which Haglav? Listen, my voice is not here right now. It's gone. I lost it Saturday night, and I don't think it's gonna come back anytime soon. But yeah, after that, what was that? Oh yeah, after that, we all went to Colony. The place Stella always talks about as like the best pizza they've ever had. And it's like, when we got there, right? And I like had my first slice, I kind of took a bite of it. You know, I took a bite and I was like sitting there and I was like, oh, okay, this pizza's mid as fuck, but I don't think I can say that. I think if I say this pizza tastes mid as shit, Stella's going to kill me like on the spot. So I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's pizza, it's good. Like, and then yeah, and then like the longer it sat there, the better it got, which was crazy. Like, it was like, I ate half of it, and it was like, okay, this is fine. But then I got to the second half, and I took a bite, and I was like, hang on. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, hang on. This is kind of good. And the more I ate of the second half, the better it got. To the point where I got to the last slice, I was like, oh, hang on. This is good as fuck. Hang on. Like, suddenly I got it. Like, suddenly I was like, oh, fuck, this is good as hell. And now I'm sitting here like, damn, I kind of want to have another thin crust pizza. but I don't think I'll be able to find one near me, because I'm lucky to even find normal pizza near me. So, guess I gotta make it myself or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was good though. And then that was it. Then we all parted ways. I bummed a ride off Stella to the airport and did not realize the walk from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1 was kind of really long and had a fucking museum in between it. Calling me a coward not wanting to be stomped to death. Oh, well, be more clear with your words next time. But yeah, and then that was the end, you know? TSA, shockingly, DC, first of all, DC Airport, it kind of shocked me. DC Airport was kind of a fucking shithole. Like, I was thinking, like, damn, you know, my airport over here in the Midwest is kind of lame. But then I got to see, I don't know if Terminal 2 was, like, nicer, but Terminal 1 was, like, dog shit. Like, it was so lame. It was so, like, packed and crowded, and there were, like, no restaurants or anything. It just sucked. It was really lame. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? Like, this sucks. The heck? And yeah, I just, I don't know. It was a flight though. And I didn't talk to any of them because I recognized it was the airport and none of us were in the mood, but I actually saw a bunch of people from Idle Harmony, like a bunch of the other people from the crowd from the early line, like lining up at my same gate. And I was like, oh wow, that's surprising. Guess us Midwesterners really know how to fucking cheer. I say, being the transplant. But yeah, then I just went home. I flew Southwest getting home, but flew Delta getting to DC. And I got to find out that Southwest kind of fucking sucks. Kind of sucks, because their planes are so fucking loud, which I did not realize initially, because I was like wearing my earbuds, which are noise canceling. And I didn't realize until I took them off halfway through the flight to ask for my drink that I couldn't fucking hear anything because the engines were so loud. Like, you could not even hear the captain on the, like, loudspeaker talking to you. Like, it just completely gets drowned out by these loud-ass engines. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, it was crazy. And then, of course, both times, I had a layover in Chicago. On both landings, on both flights, it was like the roughest plane landing I'd ever been on. It was so, like, shaky and rough, you know? The first flight was made kind of better by the fact that, like, the flight attendant who was doing all the announcements was, like, this fucking super sassy, like, queen. And he, like, kept sassing the fucking, like, passengers. And after we landed, like, super hard, he was like, well, I guess we know the brakes work. And, you know, everyone laughed, but, like, I saw a bunch of people around me. Like, I didn't really flinch that much because I was just like, well, if I die here, that's, you know, I got to see Keiki. That was enough, I guess. But a bunch of people around me, I saw, like, panic and grab their seats and, like, freak the fuck out. And it was like, oh, geez. At Southwest, I guess, but yeah. Also, Southwest, you had to pay for internet, which was kind of shitty. Delta, you also needed a special account to get internet, but you did not need to pay for it. On Southwest, it was $8 if you wanted internet, and I was like, I'm not paying $8. I have my audiobook. Which, by the way, the VLIT Book Club meets at the end of the month. You still have plenty of time to read our book for this month, Psalm for the Wild Built, and it's really good, and you'll probably enjoy it. I bet, maybe. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. Whatever the fuck. I shouldn't have done that. That hurt my throat a lot. My bad. Hi, Starlight. But yeah, that was the end. That was the end of my little misadventure. And then, of course, like I said, I got home after that. I had to pay double for an Uber. And I got home after that to find my fridge had opened and all my food had spoiled. So now I have to go, and now I have to go and buy all new groceries. I probably had to throw away close to $100 worth of food today. And that sucks a lot. But, you know, yeah, no, there's no upside to this. I had to throw away so much fucking food. I'm so upset. From Darwin and ZZ. Well, at least now I can go to fucking Walmart and buy like some cheap tinned fish, you know, which I'm going to do after the stream, by the way. I'm going to go to Walmart after this and buy some tinned fish. I'm going to buy some sardines and have it over rice with some chili crisp. Ooh, that's going to hit. That's going to hit real good. But yeah, that's basically the full wrap up. That's basically the full start to finish of what Otakon was like. And Otakon was really fun. I loved it a lot, honestly. Just getting to run around, hang with people, talk to people, meet people. It was just really cool, really fun. I don't know. I don't have good words for it. I've never had the words for things like this to sort of convey how much fun I have, but I did have a lot of fun. Of course, like I said, I've been seen too much. Too many people have seen me. Even more people than I thought have seen me, and now I need to disappear into a hole for at least 6 months before I am able to be seen again. Except maybe not, because I might be going to another con this month. I might be going to another con in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks, there's a local con near me, and I might be going there. I might be going there. Oh, never mind. Maybe I won't. It doesn't. That's right. My local con doesn't do day passes. They only do full weekend badges. That's. Maybe I won't go then. That's pretty shit. That's pretty shit. I don't think I'm gonna go then. I would have liked to have gone. There's another Idol concert near me, but yeah. Meet me one day? Probably not. No, not like as a personal thing, just like as a, I am so selective. Like the fact that this over the weekend people I wasn't expecting to meet me met me has me so like on edge and stressed out. It's like, you know, I was the only people I've ever met are like other VTubers, and that's like, you know, as a thing of like, I trust you a lot, you know, I feel okay doing this, but I am so, maybe it doesn't come across on stream, but I am a terrified, nervous wreck 99% of the time about talking to and meeting new people. And just, I maybe someday I'll be popular enough to do a meet and greet, you know? It comes across, okay, well that's good. That's right, you are one of the other VTubers, and the other one is V. And she's threatened to kill me both times. Both times after meeting her, she has privately or publicly messaged me saying, hey, I could have killed you in your sleep, but didn't, so you better remember that. And I'm like, thanks, V. Thanks for not killing me in my sleep. I can imagine Stella wanted to kill me in my sleep talking about I fucking snore. I can't believe I fucking snore. That's so mortifying. Do you have any idea how mortifying it is to learn you snore? That's like, that's terrifying. That's like, I'm never gonna live that down. I'm like, from now on, whenever I go to visit people, I'm gonna have to like fucking buy tape and cover my mouth with it to stop myself from snoring. You wouldn't kill me. I mean, you say that now. You say that now, but we'll see. We'll see. I was so worried though. I feel like I was a bad roommate for the weekend. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like I did some awful faux pas that like just made everyone in the room fucking hate me. It's like, God, who's this fucking rando Stella brought along? Said they could take up some space in the room. It's like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see Kekihime. Sleep in the shed instead of the house. I don't visit family because my family is, yeah, but they do have a room for me. It's in the attic, and it's terrible to the point where once, this is a random story, once when I was visiting family back when we were on like slightly less awful terms, I was just staying one night, and I got there and I went to bed in the attic, and the attic was so fucking uncomfortable. Like, it was so disgustingly hot with such a non-functioning AC that I was like, I cannot take this. I cannot take this. And so in the middle of the fucking night, I packed, it was like 2 or 1 a.m. Everyone was asleep, and I was like, it is too hot for me to sleep here. I can't stay. So in middle of the fucking night, I packed up all my shit and drove home without telling anyone. Just because I was like, this is disgusting. I need my own bed. And at the time, I was sleeping in this nasty fucking twin, too. But it at least had AC, so I wasn't, like, dying, you know? But yeah. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention, but on Sunday when I woke up from Otakon, like I said, my feet didn't hurt anymore so much. Today, though, I woke up, I was crab walking, I was doing the troll walk again, because my feet hurt that fucking much. I've been trying not to move around too much, but I did leave the house once to get Culvers, which was very, very good. DC doesn't have Culvers. DC doesn't have Culvers for some reason, which is crazy to me. Because, like, why the hell wouldn't you? They did have Wawa in DC, though, and I didn't go, which I sort of regret, but also I don't regret, because, like, quite frankly, I just don't give a shit. Like, I miss it. I wish I could have, but it's also like, whatever. Legs ache and refuse to. Yeah, my shoulder really hurts actually. Mostly from cheering with the light sticks and the pen lights. My left shoulder really hurts. I think I need to like. I gotta like start hitting the gym regularly again, not for like normal fitness reasons, but so I can have better developed shoulders and biceps, so I can cheer louder and longer. Not a destination like Buc-ee's. I actually saw Buc-ee's once. I didn't see a Buc-ee's actually, but it was I saw a signboard for it. It was like this big billboard on the highway, and I was like, there's a Buc-ee's 800 miles in the opposite direction you're going. And it's like, what? Like, what the fuck? What? What? Who the fuck? What? Who the fuck? What kind of fucking billboard is this? Oh, turn around right now and drive for 2 days and you can go to Buc-ee's. And it's like, why the fuck would I do that? What the hell? That's crazy. You're insane. The fuck? Wawa would never. You're right. Wawa doesn't have the audacity because they've got good food. They don't need the audacity. Wawa just does their shit well. They don't need to have no audacity for that. But yeah. So where am I? Where am I now? What am I saying? What am I talking about? Was I talking about anything? I don't even know. I was talking about how I got home. And it was a nice weekend. Yeah, I gotta start saving for Dokumi. I'm gonna start looking up, asking around about hostels and such in Germany for it. But yeah. Yeah, the future for me is very, a lot of rice, a lot of gruel, a lot of ice soup. Look at all this merch. I've actually gotten most of this merch set up on my wall so far. Some of it's overlapping a bit, so I think I'm gonna have to move a bit of it, but for the most part, it's also looking real kind of rough. Like, this is not the nicest setup. I think I should just reorganize this entire wall, quite frankly. But yeah, I've also got to put up my checkies. Stella has like this really nice checky binder that like holds all their checkies. I need to get something like that. Oh no, my luggage and like everything I brought with me is just on the fucking floor right now. Like, it's not unpacked. It's just laying here looking like shit. Oh god. Yeah, no, it is what it is. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. I'm gonna do laundry, I think, later today, and just like do the really nice stuff so I can set it up and not have it get super wrinkled. But yeah. Oh, that was my phone going off. Is that my bank once again telling me I'm well over my fucking credit limit? No, it's Steam telling me Dragon's Dogma's on sale. Wow. No thanks. My computer can't run that. And I'm not gonna be able to afford a nice new computer anytime soon. Not after I need to get a new job. I need to get a new job so that I can afford a new place that doesn't have rats and flies, and also doesn't have a broken fridge, and so that I can afford to go to Dokumi next year. So I guess we're getting on the grind set. Guess I'm getting on my grind set starting now. That's nice. The rats are free food. They are not. They fucking disturb me in such horrible ways. I hate seeing them. They just stress me out so fucking much. It freaks me out. It skeeves me so goddamn bad. Like, I found a dead one last night when I got home, just in a glue trap, and I was like, I couldn't even process it because I was so fucking tired. I was just like, okay, whatever. I saw this after seeing all my food had fucking gone bad, and it's like, all right. I'll deal with this, I guess. Oh, but yeah, now I gotta, I don't know. I'd really like to go. I really wish my local con had day passes. They say they don't do day passes because they want to keep the weekend membership as cheap as possible, but it's like, I'm not going for the whole weekend, and paying like 60 or 70 bucks to go for one day is just absurd. That's not a thing. No, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think they're just bullshitting so they can try to overcharge, and it's like, whatever, man. I guess I'm not gonna go, which sucks again because that's where the idol stage is. But I don't know. The idol stage I went to last year was so underwhelming here, but I guess that's also because there aren't a ton of people near me who are into idols, which makes me feel like I should go just to support them. But whatever. Whatever. I need to save money. I need to save money and I need to get a new job. So maybe we do a stream sometime soon that's just like a co-working thing, but instead of being something I can't do co-working on, like fucking video editing or writing, it's just me going through LinkedIn looking for fucking jobs and writing CVs. Cordelia did that a couple months ago, I think. She did a stream like that. I should copy what she did and just do that. Just do a fucking grinding stream. Stream of just grinding for my fucking thing. Oh yeah, I played some Musume at the airport. I finally used my 3-star voucher and got Tokai Teo. And she is such a fucking pain in the ass to train. I've done 2 runs with her so far, and both times, despite having really good stats going into her debut, she has not won her debut race once. Like, she keeps losing her own fucking debut race, and she also keeps losing the other races, even though she has, like, all the stats needed for it. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you so bad? What? Like, I have all her shit at, like, D rank going into her first G1. And it's like, 12th place, thank you. And it's like, at one point she came in fucking 13th with perfectly good stats. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, huh? It's like, what's happening? What am I looking at? Why are you like this, girl? Why are you like this? Why are you doing this to me? What the hell? But yeah, Tokateo's sabotaging my career, I know. I didn't do anything! I trained her normally. I train her like I train all my fucking medium runners. You know? I balanced speed, stamina, and strength at the start, and then start splitting it, you know, as I need to try to get my levels up. I'm playing normally. I don't know why she literally has all, like, she's the fucking favorite. All her stats are considered optimal going in, and she still just loses for no fucking reason. And it's like, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you fucking doing this to me, Tokai Teo? What did I do to you? I'm sorry, what did I do to deserve this? But whatever. I guess, yeah. I'm not gonna yap about Musume too much here. I'm kinda chill here right now. I'm like, I don't even know. Am I done? Is this the end of stream? Do I have anything else to talk about? I didn't make a list or anything to talk about. I kind of just came in here, like, you know, fuck it, we ball style. I guess I don't have much to talk about. I want to do a karaoke again soon, but I don't know when my voice is going to be better, so maybe it'll be a while before we do a karaoke, potentially. I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess, but, yeah. I think I might start. I know we're still like in the middle. Death Stranding is gonna come back eventually. Oh, thank you, Starlight. But yeah, I think I'll come back. Oh, also, I almost forgot actually. I still have, Stella did in fact take like almost all of my fucking signed prints, but I still have 3 left. So I'm thinking no one go and tell them spoiling, but I'm thinking I might ask the other book club members if they want signed prints. I feel like one of them might threaten to kill me for it. Stella did in fact rob me of all my prints. I was like, oh, here, you can take as many as you want, and they took like almost all of them, and it's like, well, all right. All right, that's all right, cool. That's fine. And it's like, that is what I expected, but yeah, I'll ask the other book club members if they want signed prints, I guess. They might not, and that might come across as horrible narcissism, but what am I gonna do with these things? I don't have anything to do with them. You know? Whatever. But yeah. Alright. Let's rob me of 3 of them. Just keep signing up. I don't know, I've gotten pretty good. Eventually, someday I am gonna do merch, you know? And I have like a clear idea of what I want it to be now. So, I don't know, maybe you guys are all gonna be able to get your own sign print soon, you know? Who knows, maybe sooner than you think. Ha ha ha, just kidding. Unless... No, not unless. Oh, okay, though. Alright, next stream, I think we might do blueprints next time. But we might do something else instead. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll make a call. But in the meantime, let's get out of here. Let's head somewhere else, shall we? Let's raid someone else. Let's raid... Oh, I know who to raid. We can raid... We can raid one of the idols I saw at the idol stage, because they're streaming right now, actually. I feel kind of weird raiding them, but I think you should all go follow them, because their performance was crazy good, and they have a cover coming out tomorrow that I got to see them perform live that was really, really good. So you should all go follow the person we're raiding. I don't know, I always feel weird following people I've never raided before. Oh, you already know. I didn't even hit start raid yet, and you already knew who it was. Wow. So easy to read me, I guess. But yeah, this is Guppy. They're an idol VTuber. They performed a set at the idol space, and I actually have a checky of them that I have to, once again, find place to put up on my wall. I don't know where the hell it's gonna go, but it's gonna go somewhere. But yeah. You followed Guppy too, it's how you're like... Deal. Alright. The raid counter is going down. So yeah, I might stream tomorrow. I might do blueprints tomorrow. Or I might... I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. I'm back. I've got brain fog. And who knows? Also, I haven't gotten sick yet, but I might get sick soon. I might get con sickness. I was wearing a mask for like the entire con, but like... You never know with these things. But anyway, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And also get you all out of here. Goodbye, bye, see you soon, goodbye, Yee-hoo.